I've been living in my parents' house. I really need to get out. I need to get out now.
When we see something that you like, we need to act on it that day.
I'm gonna have to think about it for a little bit.
You what? Navigating the rental market for the first time isn't easy. Not only are good properties hard to find, but it's competitive and they move fast. First-time renter Scott is a single school teacher who still lives under his parents' roof. He's desperate to gain some independence and a one-bedroom rental on his own.
I'm a teacher. I teach grade 2, 3. My professional life is thriving right now, but my personal life has been put on pause. I've been living in my parents' house, under their rules. My own private room is a little bedroom upstairs. It's definitely tight quarters.
Have a good time. Not too late.
I really need to get out. I need to get out now.
Scott needs to get downtown where all the action is. For this young professional, it's all about location.
Right now, I'm looking at easily an hour-and-a-half commute. And in the wintertime, it's just brutal. And for most of my friends that already live closer to the city, half an hour and they can get wherever they want. Kyle and I have been friends for 25 years. I'm hoping to get from Kyle a second opinion.
I will say what I think, positive or negative, about each place.
I have a lot of shoes.
The shoes!
Dress shoes and running shoes.
Don't even get me started on those shoes.
I have nowhere to put them. I have really no room to move.
Scott's been looking for a downtown rental for the past 6 months, but he can't find anything he likes on his budget. I'm gonna help this rookie navigate the rental market and get him into his very first apartment.
Hi!
Hey, Scott, how are you?
Pretty good, Jordan. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle. Kyle, what's your role here?
Oh, I'm just his friend, making sure that the place has enough room that I can sleep there.
Yeah, some moral support, some couch surfing. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Got it. Okay, what would be on your wish list if you had a wish list?
I'm definitely looking for something that's really open. A big open kitchen for me to move around. I'd love a nice dining room, or at least a spot to eat. I'm always looking for big windows.
Yeah.
Nice sunshine coming in. And I have lots of clothes. I'm actually sort of overflowing in clothes right now.
Okay, so we need a nice sized closet.
You know what? I think a shoe rack would be really important. I need something to organize my shoes.
Okay. What have you got to spend?
I'm looking at about $750 to $900.
Okay, so utilities could easily run you that whole $150 range.
Didn't expect that.
So we'd be looking at places $750 that are not including utilities and up to $9 that are including.
Okay.
Okay? And the other thing you need to know is the rental market right now is banging. So when we see something that you like, if you don't want to lose it, we need to act on it that day.
Wow.
All right, so I gotta get to work. Scott wants to live downtown, but he just doesn't have the budget for a downtown rental that meets all of his criteria. In my opinion, he's either gonna have to compromise on location or knock a couple of things off his wish list. First up, I'm taking Scott to a spacious one-bedroom right on the subway line. From here, Scott will be able to get anywhere in town in under 30 minutes. This first-floor apartment is in a residential neighborhood where many single-family homes have been converted into affordable rentals. Lower rents mean younger renters. They've brought an up-and-coming vibe to the area without the hefty downtown price tag. So, you said you wanted to live downtown. We're close to restaurants and a nice little market.
Great.
Head in, have a look around.
Oh, wow. Nice
Not
living
bad,
room.
man. Yeah, man. It's about the size of the space I thought you'd be working with. So you could fit a couch here perfectly that I would sleep on.
Yeah, I can definitely put my couch here. It was a nice setup just for a couch and a TV.
Yeah.
But if I were to put other things in there, it might be a little bit crowded.
Maybe.
What Scott doesn't realize is this is an absolutely normal size for a living room on his budget.
Nice big windows. Lots of sunlight will be coming in.
I like the ceilings, you know, the texture of them.
Yeah, it does look good. I like the pattern.
It doesn't really need a paint job. Like
Can't
this.
reach. That's a good thing for being tall.
Yeah.
Let's see the bathroom. Not bad. Good space. I can actually sit down on the toilet.
Give it off leg room.
I've been to some people's apartment where I sit down and my knees hit the wall or the bathtub.
Kitchen's next, buddy.
Oh, nice size.
Good size.
Good space.
Only thing I would say, the cupboards look a little outdated, but your shoes match the...
Even though it matches the shoes, you know, we need to change that. It's a good sized kitchen to cook in. Eating in it might be a little problem. We got to think of an idea for the dining room table.
Because you don't want to be sitting in front of the TV when you're entertaining.
No.
constantly.
You don't sit in front of the. You do not sit in front of the TV.
You want to check out the bedroom?
It's a decent size. It's not too big though. There's not a lot of space on either side of the bed. Where am I gonna put all my stuff?
Yeah.
Scott's used to living in his parents' suburban home. In the suburbs, places are just bigger. He's gonna have to get used to the idea of losing some square footage to live downtown.
There's not a lot of room at all.
Enough room for your shoes and stuff. I'll take some of your clothes.
I bet you would.
So, what do you think?
It's a very nice place. I'm not a big fan of the yellows. Cabinets, it seems a little bit old.
It is, but there's lots of different things we could do. The best way to update an older kitchen in a rental is by changing the hardware and painting the cabinetry. I'd even add a prefab pantry and paint it out the same color to make it look continuous with the existing cabinets. Easy for any renter to do themselves. This kitchen has more than enough room for the eat-in area Scott wants. A small table will provide a place to dine, as well as extra workspace in a pinch.
Jody, you're full of ideas for this.
Not just another pretty face. They are asking $925.
My maximum is $900. $25 more, even though it doesn't seem like a
12
lot.
months. That's like $300.
That's exactly right.
You know,
$300 a year. That's giving me a little bit of hesitation to take this place.
There is a chance that we may be able to negotiate that $25 down.
I think it's definitely a contender. I really like the area. The location's pretty good for work. Space is a little bit of a problem. It doesn't have the openness that I'd like, but it's definitely on the list for sure.
If this is the type of neighborhood that Scott wants to live in, he's gonna have to compromise on things like square footage and closet space, or he could come up with more money. Scott asked for a spacious apartment right downtown, and that's exactly what I found him. I'm taking him to a huge one-bedroom right in the middle of one of the most popular entertainment areas. In fact, this rental sits on top of a trendy and rather noisy restaurant. The apartment's big, but is Scott willing to sacrifice quiet evenings to live here? This is it.
Really?
It's a pretty building, eh?
Wow.
Beautiful. Right on top of stores, restaurant.
So have a look. Most people want to hang out where all the action is, but then go home to an area that's slightly quieter. If Scott can handle the noisy nights, this could be just the place for him.
Oh, wow. This is huge. Now, this is a bedroom.
Nice big window, you know?
Wow. Look at that window. This is impressive. If I thought I had a problem with choosing clothes before, this is the solution to it.
Oh, for sure.
Bedroom of my dreams. It has so much space, room for everything I need and have. I can buy more shoes. I can buy more.
That bedroom is huge. You could fit an entire shoe store in there.
This is only part of the apartment. I'm already loving it.
So let's check out the bathroom then.
It's almost like a master suite. You just walk out of this incredibly large bedroom, right into a great bathroom. Oh, lots of room in the shower.
This bathroom needs a little bit of work, but I think it's got loads of potential.
Wow. Now this is space. Lots of room.
The cupboards aren't as outdated as the last place.
I like it. I like it. Lots of room.
I knew Scott would love this kitchen. It's huge. He'll have no trouble fitting a table in here.
I love the kitchen. What, the paint, well, we don't even need to talk about that. It's multicolored.
Yeah.
Blue, pink. I do have a shirt that would match this perfectly. I do have a shirt that would match this perfectly.
Same thing.
Ooh. Wow.
Oh,
beautiful. Right out on a balcony.
buddy.
This is incredible.
Perfect.
This is incredible. Look at this.
Man.
A nice little patio area. This is just an added bonus. This is absolutely incredible.
This is something I didn't even expect you to have in any of the places.
No.
Nice big window.
The living room.
Only issue immediately that I have is the
Narrow space.
narrow space. You do have that huge TV, so for example, if the couch were set up where this one happens to be.
Okay.
Wow.
But possibly if the TV was set up in the back wall right here, I don't see a big issue with it.
No.
So, what do you think?
It's great. This bedroom is incredible. I thought I had a problem with space before.
Yeah.
This will solve all my problems.
Well, here's where I'm gonna ask you to keep an open mind. I think this is your living room, and the other room is your bedroom.
Okay.
With so much space, this would make a fabulous living room where you could fit more than just a couch and a TV. Painting the walls a masculine dark green would set the backdrop for a living space, complete with a large pull-out couch for friends and additional seating. With the fireplace being such a great feature, I'd paint it out white and hang a TV above. Oversized bookshelves would provide lots of storage, and if books aren't your thing, they could even house a hefty shoe collection.
With the ideas that Jody has to redo it, I love the place.
Well, that's good, because they're asking $895 inclusive.
It is near your max, but dude, like, it's awesome, man.
I'm gonna have to think about it for a little bit because it is my maximum price range. I really think this is the space for me. And as soon as I see the next apartment, I'll know for sure.
In a market as red hot as this, you just don't have the luxury of time before you commit. If you see something you love, take it. Before making his move, Scott wants to see all of his options. So I'm taking him to another downtown rental, right in the middle of all the action. It's in a charming, low-rise building that is recently renovated and well-maintained. So this is the building.
Oh, wow.
Now, so it's a walk-up style apartment building. I'm gonna let you guys have a look inside.
Wow.
Definitely a lot smaller.
It's very clean. It is a little small.
This rental is spotless, which is a really good indication that the landlord cares about the place and will look after it.
It is not a kitchen that you can like sit and entertain in.
Entertaining is going to be a little tough. And then where am I gonna put a table to eat on? Okay, I'm guessing this would be the bedroom.
Your bed,
Yeah.
at least.
This bedroom will fit a queen-size bed and a dresser. Right now, Scott's sleeping on a single bed. This bedroom isn't huge, but it's a huge step up for Scott.
You know, and then your dresser, how do you put your dresser?
Well, let's see the closet.
There we go. Even if you put your shoes along there, they'd be like piled up, like.
Oh, we have a window though. That's always good.
For sure.
At least there's one thing he likes.
Oh, nice looking bathroom. I like the fact that it seemed like everything was new. Now I'm a little bit worried about the height of the shower. Luckily, I don't have much hair, but there's a little bit of an issue. I guess the shower is gonna have to be a little side thing. This isn't a shower for two. I do have a concern that everything seems to be small.
Okay, this is what I saw. Small rentals mean putting your creativity to the test. These days, there are a ton of options for double-duty furniture pieces. A pull-out couch would tuck nicely against the wall with a coffee table that also acts as a footrest or extra seating. I'd make use of the wall nook by adding shelving and a narrow desk that could be used as a dining table, and inexpensive chairs that can be used anywhere in the room. With the right look, this could be one cozy bachelor pad.
I love that suggestion, but it still doesn't have everything that I'm looking for.
Maybe the price will convince him. This one's on at $825.
The price is right. So I'm really gonna have to compare, is saving some money really worth the sacrifice?
You got some decisions, buddy.
I think you have some thinking to do, but you've got to think fast. I've shown Scott 3 rentals. The first floor apartment on a residential street was close to the neighborhood he loves, but slightly above his budget. The spacious but noisy apartment above a busy downtown hotspot meets all of Scott's requirements, but is he willing to pay top dollar and give up a good night's sleep? The pint-sized yet open-concept apartment in the low-rise building would save Scott money, but will he compromise square footage and a hip downtown address? So Scott, it's decision time. First floor apartment, downtown hotspot, or small but sparkling walk-up? Which rental will Scott choose as his very first apartment?
I think I'm gonna go with the second place. I really like it. It is
Very
on the
nice.
max of my budget, but it's everything I'm looking for.
I think you're making a really good choice. So I'm gonna call the landlord and see if we can get this place for you.
Good luck. I think I made the right decision. I really do.
Hi, Louie, it's Jody Gilmore. Landlords can sometimes be wary of first-time renters. Since you don't have references from past landlords to make your case, ask your employer to give you a recommendation instead. It helps to have your credit report ready to hand over. The goal is to show the landlord you're responsible and organized. But I think I'm ready to put together a lease. You what? So I spoke to the landlord, and he leased the place out today to a friend. I was afraid this would happen.
Holy cow.
I'm sorry. I know you were really hot on this place.
I gotta admit, this is really disappointing.
Next time we go looking at places, check in hand, and we need to make a decision right away. So I think what we need to do is keep a positive mind, go look at a few more places. The moral of this story, when you see a rental you love, act fast. Bright and early the next day, I gave Scott a pep talk and lined up a visit to another rental. I'm taking Scott just around the corner from the rental he lost to a spacious one-bedroom that occupies the main floor and basement of a huge semi-detached house that's been divided into 3 units. I like the style of 2-story in a home because it feels more like a house. Okay, so this one is main floor, kitchen and family, and a basement bedroom. Go in, have a look at the place.
Oh.
Nice. Ooh, I like this open concept.
I walk in, I see space, I see, oh, I can put my couch there, my TV there.
I like the kitchen.
I like it. It's a big open area. This is awesome, man.
This kitchen has the best of both worlds. It's renovated and it's huge.
And it's open enough here that you can entertain. Like, you can have a table here.
Have you seen any of the apartments with 2 sinks?
I don't know.
It's open.
Yeah.
Like it's just one big space. Like echoes, hello, hello, hello. I have no idea what to do with this space, but it's great. 3 big windows. Should we walk downstairs?
Check out this basement.
And check out the floors.
Buddy, I can get my slide going on in here. It's a nice bedroom, man.
This is really nice.
Separating the 2 floors, you have the place where you sleep, you have the place where you socialize. I love that.
That bedroom is almost the full size of the basement.
Look, buddy, look how much space you got back there to put all your shoes. You can, like, stack them up back there.
Yeah, that's a pretty big closet.
And, buddy, there's more than enough room for your bed, your dressers.
Scott said he wanted a bedroom with square footage.
Oh, the bathroom. Nice and
Not
roomy.
bad, not bad.
What is this?
I don't know.
It looks like something that an ex-girlfriend would leave behind when they tried to decorate your place. I really don't like it. A laundry room.
Having laundry on site wasn't on Scott's wish list, but it should be.
It is coin operated, but it's right here in your house.
$1 each? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't have to lug clothes everywhere.
So, what do you think about this place?
It's great. Talk about an open concept.
We will have to play around with the furniture. The alcove by the window is the perfect place for a dining area. I'd add an inexpensive table and chairs to create a formal eating spot. Positioning the couch in the center of the room would create a pass-through to get to the basement while maintaining a cozy living space with a rug defining it. In a rental, an inexpensive shelving unit can be used to create some separation between the kitchen and living area. Adding stools below will give you an instant breakfast bar.
I think she has a lot of good ideas, definitely.
The lease price is $950, and it does not include utilities.
Oh.
That means this place could be as much as $150 more per month than Scott wanted to pay. So I need you to think about it and decide whether this area and this place is worth that for you.
I definitely think it's worth the money. I really do.
So is this the one?
Yeah, let's not wait too long on this place. Give the landlord a call.
Hi, Elda. Jody Gilmore. How are you?
That's gonna be a really big disappointment if this place falls through as well.
I hate waiting, man. I'm so impatient at times.
Trying to keep the stress low.
Have I got some news for you guys?
That sounds like semi-good
I'm hoping
news
that's
to me.
good news.
Sometimes you get it.
Yeah?
And we got it.
Nice. Thank you.
The landlord said yes. Feels good. Feels really good.
Good job, buddy.
You got yourself a couch.
Scott learned his lesson. He didn't wait a minute and put an offer in right on the spot. Since this is his first apartment, Scott didn't have much furniture, so he convinced his parents to donate some hand-me-downs, including a sofa and mattress. Instead of moving on the weekend like most renters, Scott took a day off work and rented a moving van at a lower weekday rate. Roping Kyle into helping him with the move instead of hiring professionals kept Scott's moving costs down to $200. I promised Scott I'd turn his open concept rental into a space for dining, as well as lounging in front of the TV with friends. As a renter, you don't want to spend too much money on decorating an apartment you don't own, so I've given us a tight budget. Everything here has to come in under $900, which is less than 1 month's rent for Scott. The least expensive way to personalize a rental is with a couple cans of paint. Painting the walls a crisp white will keep everything feeling new and clean. An accent wall in a bold teal will add a little style. And an inexpensive slipcover will give his secondhand couch a new feel on a renter's budget. When I'm done with it, I hope it'll be the perfect space for this first-time renter. Hello.
Hi, Jody.
How are you?
Not bad.
What do you think?
Oh my goodness. This is incredible. This is great. I love it. Oh, the paint, the colors are beautiful.
You like that?
This is so awesome.
This place just
Yeah, man.
stands out. It really speaks to me.
Good.
Let me just get comfortable here. I love it.
It's nice, flexible space, right? Because you could add to this or take away from it. It could be your breakfast bar.
I can see the TV. I can sit here,
Yeah.
have my bowl of cereal.
And so we moved the table from being in this corner, which was a little cramped and blocked your pantry, to over in this
I
area.
think that's perfect. Yeah.
Now Scott's got 2 dining areas, an informal countertop in the kitchen and a more formal dining table by the window for entertaining.
I had this vision, and you took it to the next level.
Good.
This is incredible. The bedroom. Don't they look so good?
So you guys like the shoes? What about the room?
This is great. Oh, beautiful. And my degrees are over there, too.
So where'd you get these forged again?
We came in just under budget. Updating Scott's first rental only cost $850. So I hope that I've captured the right space to let you grow into the man you want to be and support your new lifestyle.
Thank you so much. It was a wonderful experience. I found what I was looking for. And that's the most important thing.
It's really nice to be able to have a place that you can enjoy, see a lot of potential in it, and the landlord said yes. Almost like getting up the courage to talk to a girl and like, oh, okay, and smile, and she walked away.
But this time she actually gave you her number.
Yeah.
And you got a date, and that date's a year long.
I've been looking on the internet for 6 months. Where's the kitchen? The apartment is absolutely disgusting.
It really does have a lot of potential. I've got some pretty good ideas of how you could rejig this space.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Finding a fabulous rental in the big city is a big challenge. It seems like everybody's looking for the exact same thing. They want the stylish apartment, the trendy neighborhood, and they'd like it all on a dime. Young professional couple Amy and Justin are no exception to the rule.
We are currently living in a house of 5 people.
5 of them.
It's cozy in here.
What cozy actually means is cramped. We have a dining room table, which mostly is my office, and a kitchen that is great if you don't try to put 5 people in it.
Now that their careers and their relationship are more established, they're ready to find a place on their own.
I work for a marketing company.
I'm a building code consultant.
I work primarily out of this home office.
I'd like to start feeling more like we're both young professionals instead of college roommates. Beer cake, enough said. And then we'll move right into our room.
Yeah. It's totally crammed. There is
Well, the piano,
Yeah.
an accordion.
2 guitars. We have about 30 hats, 74 martini glasses. I found a good deal, couldn't pass it up.
This is my office. I pull over my piano bench here as my desk, and voila. I've been looking on the internet consistently for 6 months.
We definitely need some help with this.
They need a place on their own, but they can't find anything that they like, that they can afford. So they need me to help them find their first grown-up apartment together.
Hey, how you doing?
You must be Justin.
I am Justin.
Jody, nice to
Jody.
meet you. Hi, Amy. This place is nice. Why do you guys want to leave?
Oh, it definitely feels like a dorm in here.
We need to be on our own.
Okay, we need to find you another place.
Well, we're looking for a 1-bedroom. We'd definitely like to have space for Justin to have his own home office.
I play a lot of music, so a nice spot that doubles as kind of an area to play. Love to have parking. My truck shifty needs a home.
Washer and dryer, we need to have those in the same building. Definitely need to be close to the subway.
And which areas do you guys see yourselves living in?
We really like it down close to the university.
Music down there is great. All sorts of restaurants. It's exactly what we're looking for.
How much are you willing to spend?
$1,300, including utilities.
Including. Whew. As a general rule, what I like to see my clients spend on a rental would be around the 25% mark. So if Amy and Justin's combined income is around $63,000 a year, they're right on target to budget $1,300 a month on rent. You guys want what everyone wants, the most popular type of place in the most popular area for a fairly low budget.
Yes.
I'm gonna show you some areas that you don't even know exist that are great and that you'll really enjoy, and we'll find you a place that I think you guys are gonna love. I can't believe Amy and Justin have lasted this long in such cramped quarters. My biggest challenge will be finding a landlord that's okay with noise and an apartment big enough to house all their stuff. They're gonna have to make a lot of compromises. First things first, do your homework. Check out the internet, newspapers, talk to friends and family, and don't leave a stone unturned. First up is a tiny one-bedroom plus den on a quiet, tree-lined street. I'm taking a bit of a gamble showing them something outside the neighborhood they asked for, but it's still a safe 7-minute walk to the subway for Amy and a short taxi ride to the music scene Justin loves. If they can embrace this residential vibe, this rental might be just what they're looking for. So what I found for you here is just a couple of blocks away from an area that we all love. There's Subway there, so you're right on the subway line. There is a garage with a little space in it for Shifty.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Parking is an extra $25 per month.
This is very close to my office too, so it's definitely worth looking at.
Let's have a look.
Great.
I'll show you what's going on up here.
Most renters prefer the upstairs unit since you don't have to deal with the noise of people walking around above you.
Oh, hardwood, I love it.
Yes.
Hardwood is good. We can deal with that.
Yeah.
Curtains, no.
We take those out. That's temporary.
Fair enough.
So this would be your bedroom.
Yeah, it's not a bad size if you're just sleeping, right?
Bedroom is decent.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the bedroom.
I just want to show you the office.
Wow.
This is tiny.
This room, they actually advertise as a bedroom. For you guys, I can absolutely see this working as an office slash musical instrument storage.
That office is just too small.
It's not exactly what we were hoping for.
They asked me for a 1-bedroom plus den, and that's absolutely normal for a den. What they really want is 2 big bedrooms. So the bathroom.
Oh, pink.
Is pretty and pink.
I know Justin wouldn't like a girly bathroom.
Yeah, pink just doesn't go well with me.
So it's a bit of a 70s kitchen. They've done a few things to update it. These would have been the 70s pulls, and the landlord is okay with us doing some modernization. The other thing I like about this kitchen is there's 2 windows, so you have lots of light.
I love the amount of windows that were in this apartment. It was really well lit. It does feel a little hot in here, so I don't know what it would be like after you have the stove on in the summer.
The house has AC, but it's not on. I wish every landlord would make their place as comfortable as it possibly can be when they're trying to get someone to live there.
I really liked the kitchen. I like the retro style. The linoleum gold specked floor, definitely fun.
You know, gold flex, why not?
Let me show you the living room. So this was clearly a master bedroom at some point.
In the past, this apartment was a second story of a single-family home. Now that it's been converted into rentals, the master bedroom needs to be converted too.
The only way to use this space as an apartment is if this is your living room. So we have to do things to make it feel more like a living room.
First, the closet doors have to go. That way we can repurpose the area for a workstation for Amy. To add a little living room-like character, I'd apply inexpensive molding to the walls in large squares, then paint out the trim to match the walls. Since it's Amy's favorite color, we'd replace the boring builder's beige with a warm purple.
I'm not entirely sure of Jody's idea of changing what used to be a bedroom into a living room.
I don't see that as being good for us.
Okay, so they aren't convinced. Maybe the price will change their mind.
I've come in $100 under budget.
All right.
So we're at $1,200 per month for this place.
A budget that's below what we were thinking.
As you start to see places, you recognize what the priorities really are.
The office is really small, so I would definitely get the short end of the stick.
Getting covered parking in a rental at $25 a month is unheard of.
I refuse to live without laundry in the building.
Wasn't that far from the subway, I can still walk.
Whether or not this is the compromise they're willing to accept is the question. We'll find out.
Next, I'm taking Amy and Justin to a cozy 2-bedroom apartment that's 5 minutes from the university neighborhood they asked for. It's central, but at 600 square feet, it's also half the size of rental number 1. Plus, it's on one of the busiest roads around. Noisy streets mean less competition for rentals, so if our little noisemakers can block out the traffic, this charming Victorian walk-up might be their ticket into one of the city's plum areas.
We love this neighborhood.
I love it too, it's so good. And I found a gorgeous walk-up Victorian that's divided into 5 different apartments. The one I've got for us to see today is the very top one.
Yay.
Now, anytime that they take what used to be a single-family home and turn it into a number of apartments, the layouts can get a little bit wonky, but I think this one has a lot of potential for you guys. It's got laundry in the basement. There is parking in the back. Let's go have a peek.
They'll love the location, but are they willing to give up square footage to live here?
So, initial thoughts?
Where's the kitchen?
So the kitchen is the area that needs the most work.
Walk up the stairs and you see the tiny kitchen with all the clutter. That was kind of a punch in the face.
It has a double sink, but it has no counter space.
What you do get with this area is the open concept, which makes the whole space feel bigger.
I like the open concept.
Let's talk about the living area. Okay, so we would call this cozy, but in a great area like this, sometimes you have to go with a smaller space in order to be able to enjoy the area.
It's like a trade-off.
What do you think is behind door number 2?
Please don't tell me that's the bathroom. Oh, it is a bathroom.
Yes, it is.
It's one of 2 bathrooms in this place. That's a perk that you don't very often get, and it's a good one. The other bathroom is just through the office, so we'll see it over here. This den is so tight right now with unbelievable clutter. I don't know how anyone gets anything done in here.
If you removed even half of the stuff the current tenants have, then I think it would be manageable, maybe.
This is a very standard sized den.
Yeah, we could make it work here.
And it's large enough for a music room, too.
And then the washroom is right off of here.
Washroom number 2. All right.
Oh, it's tight, but it's usable.
It's got a shower. That helps.
If you were just using a bedroom as a bedroom, how's this?
The bedroom's fine. It would fit all of our furniture.
Loads of places have bedrooms that are quite a bit smaller than that one, so if they can't make this one work, then we've really got our work cut out for us. The best part is the patio. How's this for a patio?
Wow.
This I like. Patio is the best part about the apartment.
There aren't that many apartments in the city that have a deck that's this big.
Amy and Justin need to realize that with every apartment, there are some things you like
I love the deck.
and some things you don't.
Kitchen, really tiny.
It might be small, but that kitchen has potential. I took them in for a closer look.
I've got some pretty good ideas of how you could rejig this space to work for you.
While I can't add square footage, I can easily add more counter space. As a renter, you don't want to invest in fixed countertops that you can't take with you, so I'd suggest some portable counter space with built-in storage underneath. Custom cabinetry is out of the question on a renter's budget, so I'd bump up the storage potential of this kitchen with inexpensive open shelving.
Jody's idea of adding more counter space is definitely something that I can see working for us.
And I came in bang on your budget. So $1,300, including utilities and including parking.
Perfect.
Great.
All right? The closer you get to a fabulous area, the higher the prices are. So I was expecting for a place like this that they'd have to spend a couple extra $100.
When I first walked into the place, I thought, oh, this place is small, it's disgusting, it hasn't been cleaned in a very long time.
What renters need to know is you can put a clause into your contract that asks the landlord to take care of cleaning the place before you move in.
Wait until Amy and Justin lay eyes on the spacious and spotless apartment I'm showing them next. It has the 2 good-sized bedrooms they're really looking for. Plus, it's smack dab in the middle of their dream neighborhood. This area has it all. Only problem is, 2 bedrooms in this neck of the woods rent for close to $2,000 a month. But I found them a spacious apartment on a quiet side street. There's just one little problem.
You're in a basement apartment.
Amy hates basements.
That's something I wish I'd known days ago.
So as I got you into one of your favorite neighborhoods, there's public transportation right at the doorstep, street parking, so you'd be able to get a pass and park here whenever you want.
Okay.
Let's check it
Go
out.
on in. So come on in. Really nice natural light.
This is one of the tallest basements I've ever seen, so it doesn't feel like a basement.
Coin off laundry, so that takes care of something on your wish list.
It's fine, yeah.
So come check out the bedroom.
Wow, small.
So smaller bedroom than you're used to, but it's only used for sleeping.
Well, I think all of our stuff, bedroom-wise, would fit in here. So as long as we have room for other stuff elsewhere, we're fine.
Yeah. So come check out the bathroom.
Not bad.
How do you feel about the red?
I don't think we'd have to paint.
No, I'd leave the red.
We could leave the bathroom exactly the way that it is and move in.
So the office, clearly the brightest room with 2 fairly large windows.
Some big windows, I like that.
And I thought that would be better for you for working all day long.
I'm seeing guitars hung on the walls here.
Never seen a place with an office that perfect for us.
Why don't you guys have a closer look at the kitchen?
It's a nice size.
Yeah, I like it.
Good cupboard space, new appliances.
This kitchen's pretty good. Lots of room for martini glasses.
On that note, let's check out the living room. So, it's a long, narrow, open space.
It might be a little too narrow for an open concept.
We would need to create a specific kitchen, dining, and living area.
First, look to the floor. Area rugs are an easy and inexpensive way to create separate living spaces. A stylish rug will add personality, warm up a cold tile floor, and they're perfect for renters since you can roll them up and take them with you when you're on the move. To create a sense of a dedicated dining area, I'd install a show-stopping pendant light fixture. If you supply the light, most landlords will pay to have it installed by an electrician.
All of this under budget, so I'm at $1,200 per month here. And it's street parking, so that's an extra $130 per year. So it's well within budget, but you're in a basement.
This is the best location we've seen of all the places we've looked at.
The fact that it's in a basement is making it a very hard decision.
You guys have seen some of the best places on the market, and you need to make a decision before you lose one of them. What's it gonna be?
Quiet, tree-lined street, tiny kitchen, or spacious basement. Which rental will Amy and Justin choose for their first apartment together?
So you guys have seen some of the best places on the market that are in your price bracket. Which one is it gonna be?
The second floor walk-up was nice. It had ample space.
It seems like a very family-oriented neighborhood, and I don't think that we're ready for that yet.
Okay. What about the Victorian?
Great location.
On a very busy street.
We thought of it as close to transit.
And then you dance yourself upstairs and you come into that kitchen and pow, it's the smallest little thing you've ever seen.
And what about this one that we're in now?
It's in a great neighborhood on a nice quiet street. This place really has the greatest kitchen I've seen in a rental. But it is a basement, and I don't know how I feel about living in a basement.
Okay, so which one's it gonna be?
I've shown them 3 great rentals. All of them come in on budget. If you ask me, Amy and Justin are deciding between the final 2.
I think we're gonna go with the Victorian.
It's the Victorian.
Amy and I chose the place for the patio and the location.
The patio. I think it's something that they never thought that they could get. Not on their wish list, really.
I think we'll spend a lot of our time on the deck.
We put a tent out there.
Now, if you want that place, you've got to get on the phone to that landlord right away and snap it up before somebody else does.
They might want the apartment, but is the landlord going to want their noise?
We are musicians, and we do make quite a bit of noise.
Anytime a tenant has something that a landlord might question, it's so much better to be upfront and honest about it.
First thing that we're
Not only that, but Amy is asking them to throw in a professional cleaning.
and possibly cleaning it for us beforehand.
It's the moment of truth. If the landlord isn't on board with the music and cleaning, then we're back at square one.
Okay, so how did it go?
They said that they're definitely going to get the place professionally cleaned. It's something they do anyways.
And what did they say about the music?
No problem, as long as we invite all the rest of the tenants.
That's fantastic.
We're going to meet them tomorrow to discuss the rest of the rent.
Amy and Justin made it pretty easy for the landlord to say yes since they arrived with a perfect credit report and post-dated checks. It's not usually this easy, but they signed a 2-year lease on the spot.
We have our place.
I'm really excited. I wish we could move in now. We didn't have it in our budget to hire movers.
So they recruited a handful of their strongest friends and rented a moving van.
We moved more as a party and more fun than as a chore.
Everyone moves at the beginning of the month, so rental vans get snapped up quickly. Since they delayed their move by almost a week to give the landlord time to clean, Amy and Justin had no problem reserving a van. The landlord made good on their promise and scrubbed the entire place. With a fresh coat of paint, the apartment looks brand new. Thanks to their friends, the move cost just under $400. We've taken over Amy and Justin's new apartment, and now we need to pull it all together. This place has potential, but it's gonna take a lot of work. I promised these guys a stylish and clean kitchen with counter space and storage to spare, but it's a rental. You don't want to invest too much money in someone else's property. So I've given us a tight budget. Everything has to come in under $1,000. We have a long way to go and little money to spend to turn this kitchen from the worst room in the rental to the best.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Nice.
So comfy.
Excited. Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Nice. All right, I fancy this. This is killer.
Oh.
The wall is magnetic.
No way.
Magnetic primer and then chalkboard paint over top. I think it'll be so much fun at martini parties.
Oh my God, our friends are gonna love it. Well, I think it's going to be a great art exhibit.
You never know what'll end up there. Way more countertop
Oh, and the cupboards look so much better now.
They even found spot for the martini glasses.
space. It's actually two bottoms of a desk. We put a countertop
Yeah.
on top of it, so like a chop block. Right now, it can act as a return or an island in the kitchen. You can move it because it's on wheels.
Okay, cool.
That lock, so you can move it around. If you're having a party, it could go against this wall. You could do whatever you want with it.
Party time, we move the kitchen arrangement over to the side. More room, otherwise it's great counter space. You got the stool, so that works just fine.
The stools help the new countertop do double duty as a breakfast bar.
It'll be good for us to actually have some space to sit.
Yeah.
More workable than it was before.
And a lot cleaner.
We couldn't have moved in here without the cleaning.
And of course, a fresh coat of paint always helps make a place feel really clean as well.
I really like how open everything is and that we could, cook and entertain.
In small spaces, it's so important to keep things consistent. So we have the same color running across the whole room and the same light fixtures in both spaces.
I love the light fixtures. And the curtains. Oh, I love the orange. I love the orange.
One of the most important things in Amy and Justin's search was finding an office where both of them can get some work done.
And they'll have no trouble fitting a couple of desks in there down the road.
We will be able to fit both of our desks in there, as well as the piano, the accordion, the guitars. It's very surprising how much you can actually fit in that space.
Amy and Justin's bedroom looks 1,000 times better.
The way the bedroom is laid out right now is kind of perfect for us. We still have room to walk around. We still have access to the back patio.
The back patio is great. The previous tenant left all their exterior furniture. We're gonna have a party tomorrow.
Oh my.
Beautiful.
Well done.
When we first saw the place, it felt crowded and very tiny, and now it's entirely the opposite. It feels spacious. You feel like you can relax in it. It feels absolutely wonderful.
This place is completely transformed. It's hard to believe that we only spent $925.
I think it's important to make a home your own, regardless of whether you're renting or buying. So investing some money into a space that you think you're going to live in the next 3 years or even more, I think that that's important.
We're gonna be here for a while. We love this place. Great job.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I think it's a great space for them to start this next phase of their life.
Have you guys ever had like a really bad rental experience?
I shared a one-bedroom apartment with 4 people where I lived on a couch in a hallway. So this is a big improvement to that.
I once lived in a folding closet. It actually had wallpaper on the floor and a broken window and a closet, but it was only this big.
I've been living here for about 9.5 years. Now I'm ready to go.
I'm like on a mission to get you a brighter space.
There's no closets at all.
There's no second bedroom here.
Could be the deal breaker.
What I see here is a dining room. This whole process has really stressed him out.
Add a lot of stress. A little too much stress, I think.
When you're renting over the long term, the character of your neighborhood can sometimes change. Trendy locations can lose their cool, and up-and-coming neighborhoods can really take off. For the past 9.5 years, design-savvy Chris has found peace and quiet in the gorgeous upscale neighborhood he currently rents in. But lately, there's been an influx of noisy neighbors, and Chris knows it's time to fly the coop.
When I first moved into this building, it was a very established building. It's been quite noisy lately. I'm not getting a lot of peace and quiet that I need. Now I'm ready to go. So this is my best friend, Christine. We've known each other for about 20 years or so. We run everything by each other.
I'm going to be the voice of reason.
I've put a lot of love and care into the place, and I think I'm just ready to move on. This is the kitchen. It's kind of small. It took me about 22 hours to paint. Here is my living room. It's been painted a couple of times. And over this way is the bathroom. One of the things that does bother me is the sink with a hot and cold water tab. So you never get the lukewarm water. You either have to go from really hot to really cold.
A lot has changed in 9 years. Finding a 2-bedroom condo in a trendy neighborhood has proven harder than Chris remembers.
After 2 years, I've been looking for something and I'm not finding anything.
He needs me to get him into a serene 2-bedroom that's both affordable and loaded with design potential.
Hi there.
Hi, you must be Chris.
Come on in.
Wow, this place is gorgeous.
Thank you. Jody, this is my friend Christine.
Hi, Christine. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So can you tell me what you like about it and what you'd like to change about it?
I would like a second bedroom.
Is that to be able to have friends like Christine come and stay over?
Exactly, friends, family. Plus, I'm really into wallpaper right now, and I'd really like to wallpaper. There's a big buckle in the wall. You can't really wallpaper walls like this. It's
so
very hard.
yes.
So a new place with great walls would be a bonus.
Christine, where do you see the change happening for Chris?
One of the things that he's found in this place is it's very hard to entertain here.
What would you be looking for in your next neighborhood?
Maybe something a little more upbeat and trendy. I don't spend much time in this neighborhood. I tend to go to other areas.
Okay.
My budget is $1,300. I would prefer that to be inclusive.
Okay, great. That gives me a lot to work with. Chris has mixed needs. He wants to go downtown where it's inevitably noisier, but he'd like a really nice and quiet place. So I'm gonna have to get him into something that's a new build, something that was built with noise consciousness in mind.
When you're on the move, try researching areas that might not have interested you last time around. A lot can change in a few years, and the rental market is always evolving. I've decided to take Chris a little bit out of his element to show him a 1-bedroom rental in a semi-detached house. It's in an up-and-coming, trendy neighborhood, so it still has a bit of grit, but it's close to all the amenities, and it's on a quieter street in more of a neighborhood setting.
Here we are in one of the city's trendiest neighborhoods. Lots of great bars and restaurants and art galleries, etc. The area is really on an upswing. Let's check it out.
All right.
Come on in.
Wow, it's a big space.
You would come into what I think you would end up using as an office. And because it's your front entrance office, you'd have to keep it really tidy. I have a hunch you're good at that.
Great walls, good for wallpaper, so that definitely works. That's a plus.
Since the walls here are big and free of dents, they're perfect for wallpaper. Always check with the landlord first, though. Offering to take it down before you move out might satisfy any concerns they may have.
Oh, wow.
Wow, this is beautiful.
The kitchen definitely sells the place.
So completely renovated kitchen like you would find in a big house. The bathroom and the kitchen here are done with love. This is not what landlords build for tenants. Maple cabinetry, marble floor, granite and wood countertop.
Wow, this is more of the feel of a condo than a rental unit.
He can have people in the kitchen with him while he's cooking, which is something he doesn't have at the moment, which will be a wonderful change.
You guys have got to see this. The landlord is planning on finishing this off with a cedar deck.
Oh,
Wow,
nice.
very nice.
Christine, can you imagine shaking up some margaritas out here?
Oh, this is perfect. I mean, to have a barbecue and entertain in the nice weather would be fabulous.
It's definitely so much better than I have now. It's, God, 4 or 5 times the size. It's perfect.
To have that kind of big, useful outdoor space is phenomenal. All right, let's go check out the living room.
Wow, what a great space. It's very bright with the window and everything.
I like that the space is really big, and it needs to be big because there's no second bedroom here. So what I'm seeing is that you would have your living room double as a second bedroom on the odd occasion that you've got someone overnight.
Pull-out couches are a great way for renters to have overnight guests when they don't have the luxury of a guest room. It's worth investing in the best one you can afford because you want the bed to be comfortable and the sofa to fit with your decor. Good quality pieces will last you years. To offset the cost, we'd get creative with a bright turquoise feature wall and inexpensive cubes instead of expensive art.
I think I could live with staying in the living room when I come to visit, but I think it's something we can work around with the size of the rooms.
Huge bedroom.
Wow, it is quite massive.
And I love the bay window.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
You need to check out this closet. This closet was made for you. These are all adjustable. It's the system where you can lift, you can lower, you can do whatever you want, and you can create the closet of your dreams.
Definitely amazing. I especially like the closets. I've always wanted big closets like that. I do have a lot of clothes, I have a lot of shoes, I have a lot of stuff, so this would be great. The size is great. It's bigger than my present bedroom.
He's got so much bright light, and he's in such a dark space now. It'll change the way he lives to have that much light. The bathroom, it's gorgeous. So completely renovated.
Wow, this is amazing.
There's a huge vanity under the sink. So good for storage.
And wow, look at that. A cold and a hot water tap coming out of the same faucet.
Amazing. Pretty great place.
It is quite amazing, yeah.
Pretty big upgrade from where you are now.
Definitely.
So all that for the low price of $1,280 plus utilities.
Okay.
So I'm a little higher than the $1,300 that you had said you'd be okay with.
Yeah. Neighborhood was a bit of a surprise. It's a little bit rough around the edges. Not an area I may have considered on a first look.
But I think there's a lot of things that Chris was looking for: larger kitchen, nice appliances, updated bathroom. The large bedroom, I know he definitely would like.
The fact that there's not a second bedroom, a little frustrating, I guess, but definitely something to consider.
Since Chris has gotten accustomed to living in a high-rise, I'm taking him to see a condo rental in a large building right in the heart of downtown. It's busier than he may have wanted, but lively enough that everything's right at his doorstep.
Definitely like the neighborhood. It's centralized, very downtown, very vibrant, a lot going on. So definitely something I was looking for.
So, you know, it's a downtown condo. It's not huge. It's a little compact the way most downtown places are. That's the trade-off. The kitchen's a little small, but it's modern, and you get adult-sized appliances.
Typical kitchen, galley style. Nothing superior to my kitchen right now.
People still can't help him cook. It's not much closer to the dining area or the entertaining area, so it's not really a benefit.
This is the living space, pretty similar size-wise to what you've got now.
Yeah, it looks the same, except for the whole row of windows.
I'm like on a mission to get you a brighter space.
Wonderful.
Whether you like it or not.
Do the curtains come with the unit itself?
I can ask the landlord to throw them in the lease. So this place is currently being lived in by 2 singles. Okay. So they've got this room used as a bedroom.
No, it's a little small to be a second bedroom.
I knew he was gonna say that.
What I see here is a dining room.
If it's too small to be his second bedroom, we could easily change it into a great dining space. With the landlord's permission, I'd start by adding wallpaper with white wainscoting below. Renters can easily install wainscoting themselves with some trim molding and paint. Although wallpaper can be expensive, only using half the amount here will help the budget. A round dining table in a square room is a great way to create good flow, and there's potential for more seating.
Definitely, that would work well.
And we could really dress the room up nicely with some of your wallpaper that you've been dying to put up.
Wonderful.
Which would really give a nice formal feel to a dining room. The smaller bedroom, it's not palatial. The bedroom in this place is probably the biggest negative. It's quite small, probably smaller than what he's got now. And there's no storage in it. You would definitely need to be very creative.
Definitely, there's no closets at all.
Downtown living at its best.
Wow.
So that's the thing about this place. It's so central, it's such an awesome location, but it's tight. And that's very typical of this price range. The price that they're asking for this place is top of your budget, $1,300 plus another $100 for parking, because parking's at a premium when you're downtown. So that's $1,200 a year.
$1,200 a year is a lot. I mean, that's typically a month's rent. That kind of has me a little frustrated and a little taken aback. I love the neighborhood this is in. It has everything on paper that I'm really looking for. I'm just a little worried, though, at the extra costs involved, especially the parking.
This was the #1 neighborhood for Chris. He wanted to be down here where all the action is, but he wanted something big and quiet, too. It's really hard to find a good-sized 2-bedroom, especially within Chris's budget.
I think it would be a bit of a give and take, knocking off the second bedroom from my wish list. It is a perk to be down in the central location. Is it worth giving up the second bedroom? I'm not quite sure yet. It could be the deal breaker.
I'm on a mission to give Chris the full spectrum of the rental market. So that takes us to a lovely, quiet street a little further than Chris might be expecting. We're in a residential neighborhood about 25 minutes outside of the downtown core, but it's only a bus ride away from the subway, so it's not too big of a sacrifice. I'm taking Chris in to see the potential perks of looking just outside the busy city.
So guys, we're in a very residential neighborhood, way far away from the downtown core that you wanted to live in, but it's gonna be worth looking at, and it gives you lots more space. Let's check it out.
I was a little concerned about the area. I was hoping for something a little more urban, but I'm back in the burbs.
So come on in.
Oh, wow, very nice.
Nice windows, eh?
Great windows, very nice, very bright.
Nice and open.
My first thought was that it was quite airy, quite large. A couple of things I wasn't too sure about. The living space, just having the front door off of it is a little awkward because it's very narrow. I like the open concept. It'll be great for entertaining because you can have people at the table, people in the living room, so that works well.
Yeah,
And it's got some great walls for wallpapering.
And he had the hardwood floors covered up for years and years with carpet, so they're beautiful.
They are. The chandelier's got to go. So it's a little 70s for me.
Back into a galley-style kitchen, but this one has loads of cupboard space. I thought it would be better as far as storage goes for you.
And it has a lot more counter space as well in the double sink, which is really nice.
I definitely wanted something that was a little more open concept. This works because of the kitchen, the dining room being off of each other.
So, Chris, what do you think of this master bedroom?
It's good size, big window, ceiling fan, that's cool.
And the pièce de résistance. Huge closet.
Wow, that's like
Very
a bowling
long.
alley.
Check out the second bedroom.
Cool.
What do you think, madame? You could have a beautiful big room for yourself.
It is wonderful. I finally have a room with a door. It'll be great when his parents come in from out of town or for myself, definitely.
So there's a little linen closet here.
Great.
And the bathroom's a little bit retro.
Everything else looks great. New tile, new fixtures.
Duly note the hot and cold
Which is
faucet.
a definite must.
Chris, what do you think?
My big concern is this space, the living area. It's a little tight fitting. Another thing would be not having an entry closet. That's a little awkward.
We can deal with all of those issues.
In an awkward room, it's all about space planning. First off, to create some separation and a sense of privacy, we'd place an inexpensive shelving unit by the front door. It's an instant way to section off a room on a renter's budget. Just make sure both sides are finished and painted. That would help the seating area feel intimate and warm. And with nice-sized coffee and side tables, it'll be the perfect place to entertain guests.
I'm right on budget here. I'm actually a little under it. This place is $1,200 per month, including all of the utilities other than hydro. I think it could work. What do you think?
The up-and-coming neighborhood gem, the downtown condo, or the quiet residential apartment just outside the city. After 9 years in his midtown high-rise, will one of these be Chris's new home?
So guys, we've seen a lot of places. What do you think?
Well, the second floor duplex, which was in a up-and-coming area, wouldn't have had my second bedroom. Kitchen was beautiful, so was the bathroom. I really liked it. But something was saying it just wasn't for me. I really wanted that second bedroom. The second one, the condo downtown, great location. Being downtown was a definite bonus for it, but unfortunately the size just didn't work. And then there's the triplex that we just saw. The area I was a little concerned about also. It does have the second bedroom. It is very residential though, so it wasn't quite what I was hoping for.
All three rentals hit the budget mark, but the one at the top just wasn't enough bang for the buck. That leaves the closer to downtown duplex or the triplex just outside the city.
The triplex, hands down, it's the one. It is quite large. It has the second bedroom. The price is phenomenal, and everything that's included was what I was looking for.
Wow, you're shocking me because I thought you were so dead set on being like downtown in the heart of the action. So that seems to have really changed.
I realize now that trying to live downtown in the central location, it does cost a lot of money.
I think this is a great apartment choice for Chris. He's really going to enjoy designing it and living here. Christine's not complaining either. In order to get this place, you need to call the landlord right away. Places like this do not last on the market.
I can imagine, yeah.
Landlords love long-term renters like Chris. The less turnover, the less money they lose finding new renters.
I'm really interested in the location. I wondered if we could meet.
When competition is fierce, assuring the landlord you plan on staying for the long haul might tip the scale in your favor.
Well, everything's set. I'm going to meet with them.
Good stuff. Best of luck. You'll have to call me, let me know how it goes.
The conversation went great when I met the landlords. They were looking for somebody that wanted to move in and stay for a longer period of time. That was very beneficial for them and one of the strong reasons why they chose me to be their tenant. This is a great relief off my shoulders, and I'm looking forward to the next step.
After 9 years of living in not-so-peace and quiet, Chris packed up his apartment and his cat, Winston. Hoping for a quick and easy move, Chris hired professional movers, but decided to go with a half day for almost half the cost, and asked friends to help with the smaller items. But I always advise clients to ask for the first appointment of the day, because when the moving company ran late, Chris suffered the consequences, which put him hours behind, making for one stressful and expensive experience at $450 in the dark.
Add a lot of stress. A little too much stress, I think.
There hasn't been much done as far as character and design goes in this place, so it's exciting to get my hands on it and give it a fresh new look.
My design plan is centered around sourcing some beautiful fabrics that'll work with Chris's wallpaper choices. He's taking care of installing the wallpaper he's always wanted, and I'm taking care of the rest. My biggest challenge? On a budget less than his monthly rent, I need to unveil the true potential of this huge space and help it function to suit Chris's lifestyle. We're assembling an easy and inexpensive unit that'll add some privacy to the front entrance and function as decorative storage. The living room walls are getting a coat of bold teal, which will complement the wallpaper. And a great new light fixture will add a bit of glam to the dining space, the perfect touch for a space to entertain. This living dining space is well on its way, and after a stressful move, I'm hoping our design will bring Chris some peace instead of disappointment.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a great blue.
That wall is awesome.
And she did an amazing job. The wall
It
looks
works so
great.
well.
So do the window treatments. Perfect.
It's very welcoming and very warm environment to be in. And I love these little shelves. They work out really well, so it gives you the division you wanted.
Yes, I thought that the open shelving unit would be perfect for you.
It's very dark. Just stands out a bit without being too intrusive.
It provides you with a little bit of privacy right when you come in the door.
It's not only useful for storing and displaying things, it's also helpful to kind of keep that door separate from everywhere. It's something I can take with me. It's a very flexible piece.
We've recovered your couch with simple slip covers.
I asked Jody, could we get it recovered and reuse it? And that's what we've done. I'm glad I still have my old couch.
Slip covers are an inexpensive way for renters to bring new life to really good quality older pieces of furniture.
It definitely looks like a totally different couch. That's cool.
I use a lot of mirrors in this space because it's a bit of an angular room. So the mirrors add a lot of depth, but they also add loads of glamour.
I love the way that you can see everything in the room from any angle. It's really great. And it brings all the colors back into the room, which is nice.
She's done an amazing job. It'll be someplace I'll be proud to show people. I like my wallpaper, of course. It looks amazing.
The wallpaper looks awesome.
Now let's look at the dining room.
Okay.
Chris, I have to thank you for putting up such big, bold, beautiful wallpaper. This rental has 3 huge windows. We did horizontal blinds in a big masculine white slat. I think it was worth the money to be able to give you the control that you'd be looking for. Chris is the type to stay in a rental for a long time, and that makes a big purchase like custom blinds absolutely worth the investment. These curtains that are made out of just a simple velvet fabric were very inexpensive. It's a great, easy way for any renter to add a lot of glam to their space.
And the color just really pops at you, and it looks great with the wallpaper.
I also love the dining room set that you chose. It's an 8-seater square, which looks fabulous.
I really love the flow of the space in here, the way the rooms kind of work together so that when you're entertaining, you can be in the living room or the dining room and you can still converse with each other.
You could have a serious dinner party here.
I'm really loving that chandelier. You did a great job picking that out. It really pops. It's very sparkly without being too overdone, which is kind of me. Dining room is perfect, beautiful colors. The rest of the room is great too. It's just a perfect space for me. It's definitely looking nice and rich and making me feel more at home.
Perfect.
The kitchen. I think it will be a great space, lots of room to get some cooking done.
I really like the gray color that's being used in there as kind of an accent.
Everybody looked at the office space that I was calling the den and kind of laughing, saying, that's too small for an office. But I think now everyone can see that it is a great space for that. It's perfect.
Chris's bedroom is absolutely bang on his style.
It's a really big room. It's going to be my kind of sanctuary.
This place has been so much fun to work on. It's been a blast.
Thank you. It looks amazing. I'm happy with the results. I think it's a place I'm going to be very comfortable in.
Chris really contributed to the design of this space. He bought wallpaper, had it installed, he even bought some furniture, and we were able to do all the rest for under $950. It really didn't take an awful lot to turn this space around.
I may be only renting and it may not be mine, but I'm still living there, and whether it be for a year or 10 years, it has to be a reflection of me. I think I finally found a place that really says this is my life, it fits in perfectly, it's where I want to be, and all my fears have been laid to rest, and I think I'm going to enjoy quite a few years here. I was pretty happy that, one, we managed to get my couch into my new apartment. I was more worried about box springs and my television fitting in through the very narrow staircase. And lo and behold, it was my couch that didn't fit. So after having the couch sit in the backyard wrapped up in plastic for 3 days, finally they brought it in piece by piece and put it all back together.
The house was bought by new owners.
What I have found for you is an entire house.
I'm glad it's not my room.
Good work. This seems a little too good to be true.
I think that this place could be completely transformed through design.
Wow.
Finding an affordable rental for a family is a real challenge. So once you've found one, the last thing you want to do is leave it. That is exactly the predicament that single mother Dre finds herself in.
The house was bought by new owners and they want to take over our space. They said, pack your bags. This apartment has definitely been home for us for the last 6 years. We're close to the subway line, we're close to the market, the grocery store, Jules' school. It's just a good place. It's worked for us.
When we moved in, I was like 6. These were my favorite colors, pink and green. I need more room because I can't do any of my funky dance moves.
This is our living room and my office.
Usually we pull out the couch and watch movies in here. It's quite cozy.
Now you're making me a little sentimental. I feel a little sad. Yeah, we've had some good memories here. Sometimes I think that I should move my bed into the kitchen because I spend so much time in the kitchen.
I think my mom would really like to have an island.
This is what we call the pantry. So for everyone else that comes over, we just do this. It's been difficult looking for the next rental. There's a lot of gross stuff for high prices out there.
It's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to find them a rental that's just as cozy as the place they've been calling home for the past 6 years.
Hi, I'm Jody. Nice to meet you.
Come on in.
Thank you.
Jody, this is Jules.
Hi, Jewel. Nice to meet you. So I understand you have to leave your current place.
Yes, we've been given 90 days to leave. 4 weeks left.
Okay, and you still haven't found a place?
Not yet.
Wow. What would you say some of the most important things to you are?
We need to be close to Jules' school. That's where she wants to be. I think as long as we're on the subway line, I think Jules is going to be 13. 2 stops, 3 stops is okay.
And so that'll be one of our challenges, is finding a fabulous place when we're devoted to this particular neighborhood.
Storage space.
Yep.
And laundry. A deck or a yard of some sort.
What budget are we working with to get something like that?
I'm putting $1,000 max, including utilities.
Wow. So I think I have my work cut out for me to find you a place very quickly that's within the budget.
Cool.
I'll get back to work.
Only 4 weeks to find a new rental?
Dre and Jules' search outweighs their budget. That's gonna be my biggest challenge.
2-bedroom apartments in the hottest neighborhood in town usually rent for upwards of $2,000. That's double what Dre has to spend. There aren't many options on the market that will meet all their criteria, but I found a 2-bedroom apartment right in the heart of their desired neighborhood. It's a quick, safe walk to Jules' school on a quiet residential street, with laundry on site and a backyard for the tenants to share. At 750 square feet, it offers much more space than what Dre and Jules are used to.
Is that our place up there?
I wish.
In order to get you into this type of a neighborhood, I have to show you a basement. When considering a basement apartment, look for high ceilings and lots of windows for natural light.
Come into the kitchen.
It's tiny. That's a really nice stove, though. I like that it's gas.
The gas stove is cool because my mom can make dinner faster.
Not liking this. No tall friends allowed. Many apartments don't have double sinks. That's excellent.
So this is the washroom.
Not too thrilled that there's no bathtub, and so it was a stand-up shower only, so.
So this is one of those living rooms that could have been used as a bedroom as well. So it's quite cozy.
It's pretty small. This pipe runs through here again.
I don't like it either.
I never imagined I'd have tiles in the living room. That's interesting. That's a great window, though. Our pull-out couch there, TV there. Could work.
So this would be Dre's bedroom.
It's got a closet. I don't have a closet now. It's a little bit larger, believe it or not, than my present room. So. I'm just afraid I might wake up in the morning and bump my head on the pipe.
I'm glad it's not my room.
So this is the room that I was thinking of for Jewel. What do you think of that? 2 big windows?
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I only have one right now.
So what I was thinking to make this more of a teen bedroom.
Because we're in a basement, a low-to-the-ground daybed with drawers underneath will make the ceiling feel higher while giving Jewel a place to hang out with friends and added storage. An oversized hanging bulletin board is perfect for a teen's room in a rental to avoid making too many holes in the walls. I'd add inexpensive curtains from the ceiling right to the floor as another trick to mask the lower ceiling.
I thought Jody's ideas sound pretty cool, and I could picture it in my head.
I think Jewel will be hanging off the pipes, and that might get us in trouble.
I stayed right within budget for this place. So I got you into one of the best neighborhoods for $950 per month.
This place is definitely in the area we were looking for. It was within the budget.
I like that there were lots of windows, especially for a basement apartment. That was pretty good.
I didn't like the idea of the pipes in my bedroom or running anywhere in the house.
I think that this place could be completely transformed through design. I think it's got loads and loads of potential, but I can't bring it up onto a second-story floor.
Finding a rental within Dre's budget in their high-priced neighborhood is proving to be a difficult task. Knowing they want more space but aren't comfortable with basements, I'm testing the limits with the next rental on our tour. I'm taking them about 25 minutes east, where rentals are priced lower but offer more square footage. I found an entire 2-bedroom detached bungalow, so although it's not the neighborhood they're used to, it might be the perfect compromise. And most importantly, it's above ground.
What I have found for you is an entire house. It's got a backyard and laundry. I know we're a little bit outside of the neighborhood that you wanted to live in, but we're only 1 bus stop away from the subway, so keep an open mind.
Okay.
Let's have a peek. So this is the kitchen.
It's tiny.
It's tiny, but it's renovated. It's got brand new ceramic flooring. It's got new cabinetry. It's got a marble backsplash.
It's cool. I like the use of space. There's a lot of cupboards. Walking into the kitchen, it's like, bam, there it is. But it was cute. I like the placement of everything.
Okay, let's go see the rest of the place.
Alrighty.
This is the room that would be Jules.
Whoa. It's so small.
Her queen-size bed would really
Not fit.
You have a window.
Yay. I just think it wasn't big enough for me. I have a dresser, a desk, and I just don't think that all of that will fit in my room.
Let's check out the master.
This is a nice size room.
Quite a bit bigger than what you've got now.
Much bigger. And nice floor. The master bedroom is pretty awesome. Oh, this is big.
What do you think?
I think this should be my room.
Oh, really?
I'll arm wrestle you for it.
I'll let you two work that out. Let's go look at the living dining room. So, no eat-in kitchen, but a really great sized dining room.
That's very cute. I like it.
It's nice that it's open concept with the living room.
Yes, I wanted an eat-in kitchen, but this could work. It's different. I've opened my mind.
Let's look at the living room. I've got loads of ideas for it.
Since Jules' bedroom is so small, I'd create a homework and storage space for her in the living room. We'd make use of the bay window by positioning a good-sized desk with lots of drawers. As a renter, you don't want to invest in expensive built-in shelving. So we'd get the look while bumping up this room's storage potential with 2 large prefab units. Cabinet doors will hide clutter. Add a comfy sectional and a TV, and this room will double as a cozy space for work and play.
I like everything about it, pretty much, except for the location. Then you can pick it up and kind of drop it where we need it to be.
I would love to be able to do that. But would you live in this neighborhood if it was only $9.25 a month?
Plus utilities.
Plus utilities.
I think I have a hard time convincing Miss Jewel, though.
I do like the house, but I have a big problem with the area. It's away from school.
I think that we need to talk about it. I can see us being here, and with Jody's design ideas, I think it would work in many aspects. The only thing Jody can't change for us is the location.
If Dre really wants this place, she's gonna have to do a major sales job on that little girl. Jewel wants nothing to do with leaving the neighborhood she's always known. The question is, will Dre sacrifice location for budget?
I'm determined to find an option for Dre and Jewel back in their popular neighborhood. I'm down to 2 weeks to go and starting to feel the pressure. But an opportunity has just come on the market in the north end of the area. It's a 3-level townhouse with a private backyard and laundry on site. It offers just as much space as the bungalow rental, but it's much closer to Jules' school. It just has a bit of a unique twist.
This place looks like your average townhouse, but it's part of a co-op, which is a housing community that is self-run by the members, and they run it pretty lean, so that keeps your rent low, which is fantastic for you guys.
Very happy with that. I think I would enjoy the idea of a co-op, people working together to beautify it and just take care of things and keep prices low. I think that's an awesome idea.
And it's also not owned by a landlord who can sell the place and kick you out. Yay! So this is the family room.
We need some colors in here. Carpet needs some repairing.
Now, with a co-op, when there's little things to be repaired, because there's no landlord, you have to do that on your own. So
the carpet's just fine. Yeah. I'm not thrilled with the carpet that runs throughout the house, but it's not a deterrent for renting.
So let's check out the rest of the house.
All right. This is my room.
Yes, this is the master.
At least there's a closet. You don't even have a closet at home.
Yeah. It's about 3 times the size of my room.
So this would be Jules' room.
For my room?
Yes.
It's a little bit small. It would look different if all this stuff was gone. But I have the same amount of stuff. Like I have a bed, I have a dresser, a desk. Mm-hmm. That doesn't leave very much room, and like there's a good closet. The one that I have right now is really narrow, and I can hardly fit anything in it. But it's very small.
So, Dre.
Wow.
What do you think?
I think it's a huge kitchen. It's big. That's fabulous.
You love the size.
Yeah. Okay, baby blue covers and white walls have to go.
With a portable, multi-purpose island, we could section off the cooking and eating areas. Keeping it long and narrow will create extra counter space. If the co-op agrees, we'll swap out the tired kitchen countertop, replacing it with an inexpensive laminate from a big box store. A bit of a splurge for a rental, but worth it if you plan to stay a long time.
When Jody was describing her plans for the kitchen, it was as if she was reading my mind. It was pretty cool. That's exactly what I was thinking.
So I can just see it working for you guys.
I agree. I see so much potential here.
I really, really like it.
Okay, this seems a little too good to be true. Hit me with the bad news.
You said that your budget was $1,000 all inclusive.
Right.
This place is $950 plus utilities, and they usually run around $120 a month, which puts you $70 over budget, which over the course of the year adds up to almost a whole extra rent payment.
Ouch. Can I juggle the budget so it fits in? I'm not sure.
I've shown you other places that are totally livable for you guys, but are within budget.
We have 3 very different rentals on the table. A perfectly situated basement apartment, a faraway bungalow, or a townhouse in a co-op.
We gotta figure out which place you're gonna get. So, Dre, what do you think it's gonna be?
Well, we can rule out the basement apartment. It was those pipes. Just couldn't get past that. It didn't work for us at all. Location was great, but no. The house was great. I thought it was cool. The price was right. The use of space in the kitchen, I was really drawn to that, I think more so than Jules was.
So, what did you think about the co-op that we looked at today?
I think the co-op has everything that we're looking for. It's got the space, it's got the location. The only thing was the price.
Right.
It's all about compromise, right? Are we willing to compromise maybe money we spend on weekends and other things to be living in this place that has everything that we want?
With the basement off the table, the question is, what are they willing to compromise? Location at the bungalow or price at the co-op?
Which one's it gonna be?
Even if it's more expensive, I think I can work it out in my budget. So we're gonna say yes to the co-op.
Okay, well, the way that co-ops work, co-op actually interviews you to make sure that you'd be good contributing members to their community. And that process can take up to 60 days. So you guys only have 2.5 weeks, exactly. So we need to get you in there for your interview right away. It's often very difficult to get a spot in a co-op. Spaces don't come up very often. I know that Dre really, really has her heart set on this place, so my fingers are crossed for them.
Okay, 10 o'clock. Not tomorrow, but the day after.
If you ask me, Dre was really lucky to get an interview so quickly. The co-op board was considering several candidates, so to set herself apart, Dre volunteered for the gardening and social committees. The co-op board ran a standard credit check and called all of her references before making a decision. Hi, Miss Dre, how are you? Oh my gosh, congratulations!
We're in. They liked what we had to say. They liked what we're about. And what we were willing to put into the co-op, so very positive. I have a feeling Jules and I are going to live here for quite a while. It's everything that we were looking for. We don't own it, but it's the next best thing. Like, we're so happy.
For moving day, Dre enlisted help from friends and opted for a smaller rental van that ran her about $100 for the day. That means they'll have to make quite a few trips back and forth to move all their stuff. Good thing they're staying within the same neighborhood. Smaller vans may cost less, but gas isn't cheap, and you have to factor in the number of trips it's going to take. Dinner for everyone at the end of the day will cost about $150. With that and the gas for the van, the entire move should end up costing Dre about $350. With the previous tenant's clutter gone, this place already looks better. But I've promised Dre and Jules a fabulous new kitchen, so it's my turn to get to work on my vision for this space. With a budget that's less than 1 month's rent, my crew and I are going to transform this space. With permission from the co-op, we're getting rid of the old, run-down stove. To stay on budget, we sourced out a used stove that's in great condition. A clever way to update a kitchen without the price tag of a new appliance. With the old stove gone, we've decided to replace the backsplash. And because it's such a small space, just one box of new subway tiles should do the trick. Always make sure you get permission from the landlord, condo board, or co-op before taking on any major projects. If you offer to do the labor yourself, they might even consider covering the material costs. We're well on our way to bringing our design plans to fruition. I'm just hoping it's in tune with Dre and Jules' vibrant personalities.
Wow. Is this the same place? It's so cute.
There's so much to look at when you walk in. I like that.
It looks fabulous. She's exceeded our expectations. That's so pretty. Chandelier won my heart. It was the first thing that caught my eye when I came in because it's so unique and it was completely unexpected. Ooh la la. That's really cool.
This was meant to be a dressing table, but it works fabulously as an island. And we just put the kitchen hardware on it, and there's a little tea towel rack on the other side. You can take it with you to the next house.
When I saw the island, I instantly pictured my mom making food and me talking to her, sitting down and doing work. Because in our old house, we didn't have too much counter space, so we can both be doing something.
And that's a different stove. It's not all rusty.
Yeah, so we found you a clean one. So did you notice that we changed out the backsplash on the countertops?
Yeah. Oh, the faucet's new too. That's pretty.
Changing out the faucet brought this kitchen to a new decade. That's an easy find too. I mean, you can get a faucet like that for, under $100 easily.
Okay.
So the table and chairs were a fabulous secondhand find. We got the whole set for $145.
Wow.
And the team and I painted them out and we recovered the cushions so that they'd be luxurious.
I love the color in the kitchen. It's just so happy.
It's just warm and sunny and makes you want to hang out there. This could be me in the morning. Jewel, get my breakfast.
The living room looks absolutely transformed just by removing the excess furniture that the previous tenants had and keeping it really simple.
The bathroom is 100 times better.
In my opinion, that bathroom just needed decluttering and a real good cleaning.
I love my bedroom. I love the natural light that comes in. I like waking up to that, so I'm going to enjoy my first sleep in my new bedroom.
We came in right on budget here. This entire reno cost only $1,000.
It's totally worth it for a renter to invest in a rental space. And this is your home, so you want to make it as warm as you can on your budget. You guys did a great job. We'll be really, really happy here. Thank you.
My pleasure. I'm so happy for you guys.
This is the best place. I so look forward to spending years here.
What about horror stories with regards to moving? Any stressful times?
With regards to moving, you gotta look at the narrowness of hallways and staircases because furniture now is larger and it just won't fit. So you either have to keep your furniture small or keep your friends really big. But that works too.
I'd love to have a place that has character. I'm turning 30. I'm ready to make a change at last. I see some parquet floor. As soon as I saw the parquet floor, my heart just kind of sank. It feels very small. Maybe because it's so cluttered. Wow. When searching for a rental, the first step is to find a location you want to call home. If you don't like your neighborhood, you're not going to love your rental. Single makeup artist Whitney is looking to trade in her generic shoebox apartment in a quiet residential area for something loaded with character in a trendy neighborhood. I live close to my parents in a very upper middle-class neighborhood, and I certainly don't identify with it. I'm freelance, I'm single, I have a cat for company. I really want to live in a space that is inspiring and creative, that really speaks to me. This is my good friend Blair. We've had a lot of great laughs over the last 9 years, and I asked Blair to help me find a new place because he's lived in the kind of space that I want to be living in. I think he'll be able to be a good sounding board for me, especially with this milestone of turning 30. I'm ready to make a change at last. I'm here to get her into a cool one-bedroom apartment in a trendy neighborhood before she turns the big 3-0. Hi, Jody. Nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too. Come on upstairs. This place is great. This is Blair. Blair, Jody.
Hi, Jody.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I wanted to bring you to Blair's apartment because it has a lot of the characteristics that I'm looking for.
Whitney and I have very similar tastes in our dwellings, I think, and so when I saw this place, I was immediately attracted to it because of the exposed brick wall.
Beautiful moldings, big old windows.
Just how cozy it felt.
What would you say is your wish list? Bathtub would be great. Blair's lucky he's got a clawfoot tub. And in fact, I don't know if I could take a place that didn't have a bathtub. Duly noted. Yeah. A place with laundry. Okay. A place with parking.
Hardwood floors, not your parquet flooring.
Yes, that's a definite. And I'd love to have a place that has character like Blair's. What neighborhood are you thinking? I want a younger neighborhood, a neighborhood that's a little bit more artsy. My budget is $1,200 a month, including utilities. And how's your search been going? I've been looking online for the past month or so, and really there's not a lot out there, so I think I definitely need your help. To get something with all the character that you're looking for and stay on budget, there's a chance we might have to look at neighborhoods that are up and coming and not already really hip and trendy. So if you keep an open mind, I'm sure I'll be able to find something for you before you hit the big 3-0. Awesome.
Knowing that location is Whitney's top priority, I'm taking her to see a charming one-bedroom on the second floor of a house that's been converted into 3 apartments. It's a short walk to one of the fastest growing pockets of the city, where cute restaurants and shops are sprouting up weekly. Plus, it's only 10 minutes from central downtown by streetcar.
This little place is really great. It's got quite a bit of character, but it's got some modern upgrades as well. And this place also has parking. Oh, perfect. Let's check it out. So it does have its own private entrance for you, so it's nice and safe. I like that this hallway has got a really open feel. Yeah, it's great. And the floors, too. I really like the floors. The original hardwood in a really nice shade of brown. I like the character, and I like the hominess. Let's have a closer look at the kitchen. Is that a washer and a dryer?
That's
Yeah. It's nice and new, too. It has a washer and a dryer, which are, you know, kind of odd to have in the kitchen, but I guess that's how they do it in Europe, n'est-ce pas? It's a very spacious kitchen. You can actually see the exposed brick through the skylight next door, which is really nice, too. The kitchen is an excellent size. It's very workable, and it feels even more open because it's got that opening to the stairwell and the hallway. How do you feel about the floor? It's not necessarily what I would choose in my own home, but that's why I'm a renter, so. Let's check out the bathroom. So, makeup artist, how do you feel about natural light in the bathroom? That's amazing. I didn't even think to have a skylight in the bathroom on my wish list. But it would have been if you had thought of it. Yeah, it's nice and spacious, too. Well, the bathroom's great, the kitchen's great. Let's check out the bedroom. Awesome.
When considering second-floor apartments, look for features like balconies, huge windows, and ceiling fans that will help with airflow.
It's got a fan, which is great. Why don't you check out what's behind door number 1? Is it a balcony? Well, it's a Juliet balcony. That's definitely very charming. It's very cozy, and it's great to have such a big open space that faces east in the morning, too. Let's go check out the living room.
Okay. Well, this is very cute.
Yeah. Things that I thought you would like about it is the hardwood floor, the sloped roof, the bay window.
But we could make this space even cozier. For renters, an electric fireplace is an inexpensive and simple solution. It can be unplugged and easily moved when your lease is up. An upholstered bench will add extra seating options, but can also be used as a coffee table. And full-length graphic curtain panels will add an extra touch of coziness to the space.
It definitely has a lot of potential. It needs a little bit of love, but the bones are there for sure. I love the neighborhood. This is where I wanted to live.
It's much more you, which is great.
So I guess the major factor then would be price. You said that your max was $1,200.
Yeah.
This place is $1,100 plus utilities, which would bring you to around the $1,200 mark.
Okay.
And parking's free.
Oh, that's great.
Excellent.
Definitely, I think that I could live in the space quite happily, but there are many fish in the sea, and I'm really excited to see what Jody has chosen for me to look at. Whitney loves this place, but I'm gonna have to hold her back and show her a couple more places because I want her to really feel like she understands the market before she makes a decision.
Since Whitney loved the first apartment we saw, I put a call into the landlord to express interest. Nothing's a guarantee though, and I still have 2 great rentals I want her to consider before making a decision. I want to show Whitney what she can get in her price range in the heart of a coveted neighborhood. We are in one of the city's most popular and vibrant areas to see a 1-bedroom above a storefront, which means great amenities are right at the doorstep.
So Whitney, this neighborhood is fabulous for you because of its proximity to downtown. There's parking, there's restaurants on either side of you, there's clothing stores a moments away, the subway is at your doorstep. I don't know the area very well, but I'm sure that there are a number of places around here that I could become a regular at. So it sounds like the neighborhood works. Let's find out if the apartment does. Sounds good?
Rentals above retail spaces can be great. But remember, bars and restaurants bring noise, while shops and offices are usually quiet after hours.
I see some parquet floor. As soon as I saw the parquet floor, my heart just kind of sank because that's what I want to get away from. You do have to make some concessions. I was hoping that parquet flooring wouldn't even be part of the equation, but take the good with the bad.
What I liked about this place for you was all the lights.
It's definitely nicer than what I expected when we were standing out front.
I liked the high ceilings for you as well.
Yeah, it gives it a really nice, airy kind of quality. I like how open the kitchen is and how fresh and clean it looks. I wish that there was some kind of an eat-in area.
It's a nice place. I think you'd have to work a little bit harder to make it that cozy feeling that we're going for. Yeah.
Follow me. And I have for you a laundry room.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I wasn't really expecting much considering the storefront. But yeah, definitely I was very surprised that there was ensuite laundry. I'm happily surprised because I think it's kind of one of the perks of the apartment.
Complete with storage area.
That's a bonus definitely to not have to wheel the granny cart of laundry down the street.
Big time.
In a rental, it's not typical to find ensuite laundry and parking.
And then over here's the washroom, so have a peek.
There's no window, I guess. The bathroom I really wasn't impressed with. It made me feel like I was in a basement apartment. There were no windows.
So it's more, I guess, more functional than charming. Okay, let's check out the bedroom.
Wow.
Currently, it's set up as a child's bedroom.
It feels very small. Maybe because it's so cluttered.
The current owner is using the main room as his bedroom, and his son sleeps in this room.
It's really hard for people to see past atypical uses of space. So for me to try to force Whitney to see an adult bedroom when this room is filled with children's furniture, it's a stretch.
It's definitely a kid-sized bedroom.
It has lots of potential.
I guess you're right, it does have lots of potential.
So I think there's lots of things we could do to turn it into an adult bedroom.
We'd take advantage of every square inch by tucking a daybed with storage into the alcove, dressing it with luxurious, oversized pillows and framing the bed with drapery panels on either side will create a sense of separation and privacy within the small room, leaving space for a charming dresser and funky accessories. With the drapes closed, it'll have a luxurious dressing room feel.
It could totally be transformed into a wonderful, cozy bedroom.
The landlord's asking $1,050 per month, plus utilities, which should run around $75 to $100 per month.
I think that's a pretty good deal considering the neighborhood and the apartment's proximity to everything. This apartment, it definitely has character, but it doesn't have that kind of old world character and that sense of history that I'm looking for.
For some people, this kind of place would have a lot of character. She doesn't want that clean, streamlined look, even if it means a fabulous neighborhood.
It is a fine apartment.
The neighborhood sells it. We can certainly make it work.
When you're looking for character in a rental, units and converted homes are usually the way to go. Now that Whitney's seen a place in the middle of a trendy neighborhood, I'm taking her to see a 1-bedroom in another up-and-coming one. It's in a house that's situated on a bit of a busier street, but extremely close to transit and a 7-minute streetcar ride into downtown. It's a 3-minute walk to a strip of restaurants and shops with a ton of charm. And because it's just off the main drag, it's the most cost-effective rental on our tour, so definitely worth considering.
Whitney, I've got a place for you. It's a really up-and-coming area, just getting re-gentrified. Loads of construction going on. There is parking in the back. It's got lots of the character that you're looking for. So let's have a peek inside and see what you like.
Sounds good.
So have a peek in the bathroom. Now, it's not a clawfoot tub.
Well, it's clean. I was very happy to see a bathtub, and a nice clean one at that. It definitely is something I could ease into and relax. I definitely think it's got character. It's got a nice pedestal, sink.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the kitchen.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
It's great.
Yeah. You have a gas stove?
A washer and a dryer. That is amazing.
Yes, that's a plus for sure.
Eat-in kitchen.
The little eat-in area is a nice little touch, and it is pretty spacious, and I think for Whitney, for one person living there, I think it's perfect.
Have you cooked on gas before?
That'll be something definitely to get used to, but I think I can handle it.
The last time I had dinner over at Whitney's place, we ordered in Chinese food, so the gas stove would be really good to heat it up, I guess, leftovers.
Let's check out the bedroom.
It's cozy.
It's very cozy. Yeah.
The bedroom is certainly not a deal breaker, though it is a lot smaller than you know, I would choose. It's got hardwood floors, and it'll certainly fit my queen bed and a nightside table. I'm happy to have it be a calmer, quieter space. I'm really happy that the bedroom's not at the front of the house, too.
For sure. When you're on a busy street like this, the street has streetcars. It's way better to have the bedroom in the side or the back of the house so that you reduce a lot of the noise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's go see if the living room works for you.
This is a lot more spacious than the bedroom.
I think with your current furniture, you've got a lot. It would be really cozy in here.
The living room has great bones. It's got great hardwood floors. It's got high ceilings.
That window gives this room so much potential.
My design plan will make a feature out of the ceiling height by using floor-to-ceiling drapes to highlight the window. When you're renting, don't invest in expensive, custom-made drapes to dress a window you don't own. Stock drapery panels are an equally stylish but more economical option for renters. A trendy teal on the wall and bold decor accents will make the room pop, turning a boring space into a room with a ton of character.
I definitely do prefer a cozier space, and I like how the ceilings seem higher in here than they do in the bedroom.
I thought Whitney would love this place when we walked in. It's her type of place. You know, it's small and cozy.
The best part about this place is the price. This place is $975 all-inclusive.
Wow.
So including parking, including hydro, including everything.
That's awesome. This apartment has a lot going for it. Obviously the price. It's in a great neighborhood. It's got parking. It's got laundry. It is quite cozy.
In up-and-coming neighborhoods, we can often find a little steal here and there. So we found that for Whitney.
Jody got a great place. It's in a great neighborhood. It's a great price point. The place has a lot of character.
It's got an older feel that Whitney really, really loves, but it has updated bathroom and kitchen, which I think is great for her.
I've shown Whitney 3 apartments that all have unique characteristics. It's going to be a weighing of the pros and cons. Angled ceilings, Juliet balcony with modern amenities, rental above a store on a trendy street, or original hardwood and detail in an up-and-coming neighborhood. With 3 places now in the running, which one will Whitney choose?
So Whitney, 30th birthday just around the corner. Which apartment will it be?
I think they all have some good things about them. First one, the bedroom has great little charm with the Juliet balcony there. Love the hardwood, and I really like the bay windows as well, and the angled ceilings. This place marries a little bit of contemporary with the traditional very well. The second one, huge ceilings, very open, very airy. It's just those darn parquet floors that kind of turned me off.
I certainly didn't feel it for Whitney. Like, I was like, no, this is not the place for her.
And I'm surprised because I thought that I would be interested in living in that area, but despite the fact that it was in the thick of things, it didn't really have a lot of personality. The third place, the price is kind of the best thing about it. And it was right on the main street, so we had the streetcar right out front. It didn't have as much of the charm as Blair's place does, but it also did have that kind of homey sense, and it just wasn't as nice as the first place.
Sounds like it's between the two rentals that have equal character and charm, rental number 1 and number 3. But with the third one at a much lower rent, which one will Whitney choose?
Which one is it gonna be?
Oh, the first place kind of blew the other two out of the water.
The energy in this place is great, and I felt really good for Whitney about the place. And
Yeah.
It sounds like you're pretty excited about this. Would you be upset tomorrow morning if someone else rented it?
Certainly.
All right, let's make the call.
Wish me luck.
Good luck.
It's a great place for her.
Hi there. I just looked at an apartment of yours.
When calling a landlord, discuss all of your concerns right off the bat.
I guess one of my concerns is safety, so I just...
Moving out of her safe, uptown area means Whitney should research the neighborhood.
Don't be shy about asking people in the neighborhood about any safety concerns you might have. I always advise my clients that they can ask the landlord to change the locks before they move in. It went well. She had some questions for me, and she answered all of my questions. So she's going to check out my references, and I'm going to meet up with her at 6 o'clock with my first and last, and hopefully everything's going to work out.
Luckily for Whitney, it was an easy done deal. The landlord agreed to change the locks, leaving her safe and secure to sign the lease and move in before her birthday deadline.
I think the move went really well. I ended up going with movers because I just knew that would be the easiest way to go, although Blair and I did help a little bit.
Hiring good movers can sometimes be more economical than moving yourself, so it's a good idea to call around for quotes before you decide which way to go. Movers typically charge by the hour, so factor in travel time to your new location. The more organized you are, the less time it will take.
It only cost me $341 plus tips, so it was definitely a great investment.
With the previous tenant's stuff gone, the living room is a blank slate, and I'm using the angled ceilings as inspiration in my plans to cozy up this room. My plan is to blend old with new to create a quirky but stylish living room. In a rental, sticking to neutral paint colors is a good idea. Some landlords will ask a renter to paint over a bold color choice before they move out, so check with the landlord before you break out the paintbrushes. Keeping in mind that it's a rental, we're working with a solid $1,000 budget. And after a good clean, a little bit of elbow grease, and the new electric fireplace, this room is coming along. I'm just hoping it'll be the change Whitney needs leading into her big 3-0.
Wow.
Oh my God.
This is amazing. I love the textures and I love the aesthetic, and I think you've totally pegged me, which is really good. I love how airy the room seems, even though the furniture's so big.
And I even think just painting out the ceiling in white is what's helping make the space feel bigger and brighter.
Yeah, and so do all of these amazing trinkets, and it's a beautiful lamp too.
Rentals don't always have fabulous lighting, so investing in some lighting like a table lamp or a floor lamp is a way of adding elegance.
The fireplace I'm really excited about because I think it'll also give the place a lot of heat because there's only baseboard heating in each room. I love how these window treatments let a bit of light in. It's a funky and very, very practical window treatment.
We spent a little bit of extra money on the horizontal blinds that are custom fit, but we saved money on the side panels that are not so expensive.
It's very urban chic, but still Whitney's still kind of like funky and cool.
And I love how you've mixed the old with the new too. That footstool is, I love that. I think that is probably my favorite thing. I can't wait to put my feet up on that and have a glass of wine.
The upholstery tacks are an inexpensive way of adding a lot of pizzazz and charm to the ottoman, and Whitney really appreciated that. She seemed to really fall in love with the piece. The bedroom is small, so we kept it very clean and uncluttered.
The way Jody set up the room is, you know, it's a very kind of calm and serene environment.
The bathroom has great natural light, and once we toned down the paint color, it gave it a really nice spa-like feeling.
It'll be great to have beautiful natural light streaming in through the window, and that'll be nicer for me when I put on my makeup too. The kitchen wasn't big enough to add a full dinner table, so I repurposed her patio furniture, and now she's got a little bistro table there. The kitchen's really great. It's got great appliances, it's got lots of storage in the pantry, it's got a washer and dryer, and it's really open. I think I lucked out. I know initially I wanted a place that was just like Blair's, but you know, it's like love. You never know it until you see it. For $950, which is less than 1 month's rent, Whitney has a fabulously designed and styled place that really suits her personality. It really reflects who I am. I'm really happy with the way this place turned out. I think I hit Whitney's design sense on the head, and then this will be a great inspirational environment for her to live out the next phase of her life. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually kind of looking forward to turning 30 and spending it in this place.
Have you guys ever had like a really bad rental experience?
My friend and I were gonna move in together, and so we were looking at places around town, and we saw this one place. When we get into the kitchen, the guy's like, so here's your hot plate and your microwave and a little bar fridge.
The only other place that I had that had a washer and a dryer had it on either side of the toilet.
Everything is far too expensive. Well, it needs a little work. So the bathroom is kind of nasty.
Yeah, we got the dumpsters.
The problem that we have is just the price.
People search for a rental with dreams of eventually owning a home. Finding a stylish rental that allows you to save up for the future is no easy task. Newly engaged renters, Brooke and Colin, are planning on buying a home in a couple of years, so they're saving for a down payment.
Thinking about starting a family eventually and things like that, so we'd like to save some money.
Cheers.
What's complicating things is that Brooke moved into Colin's basement bachelor pad, and the couple are finding the space too cramped.
This is our everything room. Living room, dining room, office.
Kitchen. I'm in the east wing.
Music room. Here's our drum kit. That's part of them. The rest of them are in the trunk of his car. This is like our limbo bathroom. You kind of have to crouch down to get in here and do anything. I've bashed my head off of this, like, I can't even tell you how many times.
This is the bedroom. We don't spend a lot of time in here. I'm kind of cramped.
There's a little bit of storage.
Yeah, this is the psycho closet. And
these boxes are all full of pots and pans and would be so useful if we could actually fit them in the kitchen.
They need me to find them a roomy rental in a neighborhood they can afford so that they can tuck money away for the future.
Hey.
Hi.
How's the search been going so far?
Terrible. We've checked the internet and everything is far too expensive.
What do you guys pay here?
$700 inclusive.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good.
So you wrote it out as long as you possibly could.
Yeah. Definitely.
And for the next place?
Anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200 inclusive.
Okay.
We want to keep it as low as possible because we're saving towards purchasing a home eventually.
One of the smartest things I can tell you to do is figure out what your mortgage payment would be each month and take that whole amount. From that, take out what you're going to pay in rent, so take your $1,200 out.
Right.
And put the balance in a savings account, and it's the fastest way to build up a really great down payment.
Right.
That's a really great tip.
Tell me about your wish list.
No carpet.
Something open and bright and lots of windows.
Bathtub.
Parking.
Really like to be near public transportation, something really direct. Right now, I'm transferring 3 times to get downtown, and it's taking me an hour and a half each way.
Sometimes getting around within the city is slower than actually being in the suburbs and taking a commuter train into the core of the city.
Ah, okay.
Have you guys thought about going further away from the city?
Definitely something we would be interested in.
If you guys are open to looking into the suburbs, what I think we'll be able to find there would be a bigger, airier space within your budget. I think that could be a really good solution for you guys.
Yeah, that's a fabulous idea.
If you're looking to save a little money, turn to the suburbs where rents are low and square footage is high. First up, I'm taking Colin and Brooke to a charming lakeside village that's a 30-minute train ride from the city. That's less than half the time of Brooke's current commute to work. This one-bedroom apartment is in a well-maintained high-rise, close to restaurants and shops.
So welcome to Suburbia, where your dollar goes further. This place is very affordable. Living here for a short while, for a year, maybe two, might be a great way for you guys to save lots of money and be able to buy a house sooner.
Excellent. Cool.
Come on in.
It's very 60s.
Yeah. Should have worn my bell bottoms and my peace symbol.
It has some of the things that you were looking for, right?
Yeah, it's definitely bright, and the floors are great.
What is nice is that it is one big space.
Just these two rooms here, it doesn't feel that much bigger than where we are right now, to be honest.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot brighter, and the placement of stuff is pretty good, but just not, it's not the right feel. It's a little too retro, but not in a good way.
When considering older rentals, look past boring walls and outdated fixtures, which can be easily and inexpensively updated.
So this is the master bedroom.
There's not a lot of to it. It's just sort of a room.
Yeah, so it's lacking character a little bit.
It's a box.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me that character was something that was really, really important to them. So here's the bathroom.
But look at the tub.
Ooh, tub. I love it. That's good.
So, welcome to the kitchen.
Ah, yes. Just like the one Mom used to have. It's got some potential.
Maybe some options to fix some stuff up. Like the floor is kind of cool, but definitely the tile needs a little work.
These are peel and stick tiles, so it's cheap and easy to put new peel and stick tiles over top or do like a full piece of laminate. I think that this kitchen can be made to be quite lovely.
Bring your rental kitchen into a new decade by removing some of the dated cabinet doors and give the rest a clean coat of paint and sleek new hardware. Paint the cabinet interiors a bold, contrasting color to add a little personality. Ask your landlord to replace old faucets. Trendy taps can be had for under $100 and are easily installed. A high-impact update.
One of the reasons why I showed you guys this place is it's got lots of the things that you're looking for. Parking is available for $20 per month.
Okay.
The kicker for this place is really affordable. It is $8.75 per month.
Wow, that's great.
Pretty good.
Pretty much what you guys are paying now, right?
Yeah,
Pretty close,
Very
yeah.
close.
I showed this place to Colin and Brooke to gauge whether or not price was going to be a major deciding factor in their renting process.
The price of the apartment is actually pretty enticing.
It's a great deal. The neighborhood and the street they're beautiful. The outside of the building is actually quite nice.
But at the same time, I think that we can find something somewhat comparable with a little more pizzazz.
Colin and Brooke want a rental with pizzazz, but they also want square footage, and they want it all on a budget to save for their first house. Something has to give. I'm taking them to a huge two-bedroom apartment in the waterfront community they love. It needs a little updating, and it doesn't have the character they want yet. But if I can show them the potential, this money-saving rental might be just what they're looking for.
This is a very well-maintained older building with parking right in the neighborhood that you guys want to be in. And we are literally across the street from the entrance to the commuter train. You can't really get much closer.
No.
Awesome. Let's check it out.
Yeah,
All right,
sure.
thanks. So come on in.
It's big.
It's huge.
Well, it needs a little work.
Right?
Yeah.
It's got absolutely no carpet.
Excellent.
It's like getting out of the dungeon and into the real world.
Can we see more?
Yeah.
Well,
Pretty 80s in here.
I think that it just needs to be updated.
When I booked the appointment with the superintendent, he mentioned that as people move out, they're doing some renovation, which could be a really good opportunity for you guys.
I didn't know that they did that. It really does help us sort of see it in a different view.
Why don't we note the things that you would do if you were renovating it yourself and see if you can negotiate a renovation into your deal if this is the place you like.
Right,
Okay.
Right, okay.
So this would be the second bedroom. It is a really nice size second bedroom.
This would be the room that we'd use for our guest room and office.
A great place to put the musical instruments as well.
Floors need some work.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
a little rough.
I'm really banking on the superintendent to do a nice reno.
Yeah.
Keep our fingers crossed.
So the bathroom.
It's kind of nasty.
Yeah, it needs some serious TLC.
I think the tub needs a little work.
We can put that on the list.
That tub, it's rusty and gnarly. I wouldn't want to soak in that tub.
Let's see the master.
Okay.
Nice size room.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's giant.
This is huge.
You should actually fit a bed in here and walk around it. It'd be nice not to have the bed jammed up against the wall, so you have to like crawl over somebody to get up in the night.
Oh my God,
That's
really?
giant. We could each have our own side. We can store stuff in there as well and also still have a totally accessible closet space, so that's good. I guess the biggest problem is gonna be trying to figure out what we're gonna do with the dining room and living room.
Oh, yeah?
That's where we sort of bring everything together.
Okay, well, I've got a couple of ideas. I've seen this layout done really well before.
L-shaped living dining rooms are common in older high-rise apartments. Tuck a dining table and chairs into the smaller area, leaving the larger space for the living room, which is used more frequently. Instead of expensive wall-to-wall drapes, get the look at a quarter of the cost by flanking the windows with fixed panels. Chances are you'll be able to take them down and work them into the decor of your next living space.
This rental comes in under budget. It is $10.75 plus $50 a month for parking. That's $11.25 including utilities. Your budget was $1,200.
That's good.
Yeah, it's really good. It was lower than I expected it to be, especially for such a big apartment.
There is no way that Colin and Brooke would be able to find an apartment this big in the city on budget.
The bathroom is a deal breaker. It's pretty disgusting.
If Brooke and Colin are looking for a newly renovated rental, then they'll love the clean and modern 2-bedroom apartment I'm showing them next. It's in a spacious older building, but has a brand new kitchen and bath. It's still a 5-minute walk to the commuter train for Brooke in the charming waterside community they're set on.
This building is kind of special. The landlord here is about 80% through renovating the entire building. The renovations inside the units and everything. I think it's a great opportunity and it's a good time to get into this building.
All right,
Sure.
great.
Come check this place out.
Oh yeah, that's neat. The view from the balcony is nice.
It's completely renovated, so
Yeah.
it's brand new, hasn't been lived in since the reno.
The floors are nice.
There's absolutely no carpeting in this place.
In our old apartment, you literally had to step outside just to change your mind. I mean, this place is leaps and bounds above.
Yeah, you can see the lake.
Yeah, you can see the lake.
It's great.
There's also the garbage bins.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the dumpsters.
Yeah, we got the dumpsters.
When renting in a high-rise, keep in mind that units near garbage and parking areas usually mean a little more noise.
So this is the bedroom.
Okay.
Bright and cheery.
Yeah.
Nice floors.
Yeah.
And the floors are consistent throughout the whole place.
Yeah. Well, that's a good size.
It's a good size for you, maybe.
Yeah. Just for me. Yeah.
I still gotta hang my clothes somewhere.
Come check out the bathroom.
All right.
So here's the bathroom. Have a look.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty big.
This is pretty big.
And a nice full tub.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, what do you think of this little extra room?
It's a usable space for an office. That'd be amazing. Yeah.
I was thinking we could get your office out of your living room.
Right.
Excellent.
And there's more storage.
You can have some extra storage in here.
Yeah. Don't even think about it.
So I think it's sort of a multi-purpose room that would take care of lots of the issues that you guys are facing where you are now.
If it's a multi-purpose room thereafter, I'd position a versatile day bed under the window that will serve as a spot for overnight guests as well as a comfy area to hang out. Take advantage of all available wall space by hanging guitars on special hooks available at most music stores. For sound insulation, I'd upholster the walls by wrapping foam and fabric around inexpensive MDF boards. They can be nailed to the wall to protect against sound and then easily removed when your lease is up.
This whole place comes at a price that's slightly above what you guys were looking to spend. It's $1,250, but utilities included and parking included.
I'm actually really surprised that it's $1,250. You know, like a place like this probably downtown would cost a lot more.
Absolutely it would.
It's pretty much on the mark. The only problem that we have is just the price.
It's really got it all for them.
It might be a little bit beyond our means if we want to be saving the money that we'd like to be saving for our own home.
The 1-bedroom at a low rent? the 2-bedroom that needs work, or the more expensive renovated apartment? Which rental will Brooke and Colin make their new suburban home?
Why don't we head over to my house? I'm just around the corner and figure out which one's the one. We've seen some fabulous places. Yeah,
definitely.
What did you think about the affordable 1-bedroom?
We could save a lot of money very quickly towards buying a home.
So you'd be able to get into a new house faster.
Yes.
Right, but at the same time, it was also very dated.
How did you like the about-to-be renovated 2-bedroom?
It's a big space. That's attractive. We'd consider it if it was something that could be renovated and we could ensure that it is
to your standards.
To our
I guess.
standard, yeah.
It needs to be freshened up a little bit.
And what do you think about the fully renovated 2-bedroom?
That one was really nice.
And it's really close to the commuter train, so that's definitely attractive.
Had a bit of a view of the lake.
But
It had a better view.
a better
of the
view
garbage.
of the garbage and the alleyway.
It would be better to be on the other side of the building or higher up.
So what's it gonna be?
My guess is they'll choose between rental number 2 and 3. To savor their new home, will Brooke and Colin choose a spacious apartment that needs work, or the pricier one that's already renovated?
Dun, dun, dun.
I think we're kind of leaning towards the one that hasn't been renovated, the big 2-bedroom. But we're a little skeptical because we don't know for sure what kind of renovations they would guarantee us.
You could always ask the landlord to show you an already renovated unit. Would that put your mind at ease?
Definitely.
I think so, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Who's making the call? Oh, Brooke's the negotiator?
She's much better at it than I am. I'm a bit of a wimp.
All right, girl, well, get on that horn.
When Brooke talked to the landlord, she went through all the renovations they wanted.
Well, for us, it's most important the bathroom get a complete overhaul.
Turns out the landlord had an identical list, and he agreed to show them another apartment where the work had already been done.
Oh, and it's identical. Okay, we'll talk soon. Bye. So they were planning to renovate the bathroom anyways.
Perfect. When you go and look at the suite, write down what you see as far as renovations are concerned and have the superintendent sign off on it so that there's no surprises.
Yeah.
Colin and Brooke met with the landlord the next day. He showed them a renovated apartment and they loved the improvements. They signed the lease on the spot.
We're below budget, so that's really nice.
And it's such a rare opportunity to get into a place just as it's being renovated.
Double the space at least, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When it came time to move, Colin and Brooke bravely decided to spare the expense of professional movers and chose not to enlist help from friends.
We figured we're young enough and able enough and just do it ourselves.
Feeling strong, they've packed up all their belongings and moved from the big city to the suburbs all on their own.
It was fun in some ways because we make a great team.
When moving longer distances, go with a larger truck to ensure that you only need to make one trip. The vehicle rental might cost more, but you'll save the time and stress of carting multiple loads.
It was a pretty big move.
Bigger than we thought it would be.
Before moving into a high-rise, contact the superintendent to book the service elevator and borrow trolleys and carts to help the move run smoothly.
We had people steal our elevator a couple of times, too. Made the day even longer.
It started early and ended late.
My muscles are seizing as we speak.
The landlord addressed all of the renovations on Brooke and Colin's list. On move-in day, they were greeted with sparkling refinished floors, updated kitchen countertops, and brand new appliances. Now it's my turn to deliver on my promise to transform Colin and Brooke's run-of-the-mill living dining room into a stylish and functional space. On a budget of $1,000, less than 1 month's rent, we are painting, reupholstering, and styling the space into a magazine-worthy room to relax and entertain in. I just hope it's what Brooke and Colin have in mind after relocating to their suburban rental.
Oh, my.
Come see your new space.
Oh, my.
It looks amazing. Gorgeous, like completely different.
Speechless. Those are my pictures.
That's so cool.
The wall gallery obviously was inspired by your photography, Colin. Clearly.
I didn't think it was that good.
Looks great on the gray, and it just has so much punch.
I tried to go for a very warm gray. Modern, but comfortable.
I love the coffee table.
The coffee table
is amazing.
It's sort of rustic and it's really cool. For me, that has that element of home.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Yeah,
It's got that sort of country kind of feel.
The carpet is made up of carpet tiles. You can pull them apart and change the configuration.
So these all come apart?
You can see where the lines are, they separate.
That's
so it could
so
end up in
neat.
a rec room in the future, it could
Right.
end up in a kid's room, whatever.
The curtains and the blinds behind it.
We went with a natural fiber roller blind and then curtains that bring in the gray and the brown
Right.
that were already in the space.
The blinds are sheer and the drapes are soft, so it's beautiful. We still have that brightness and still have some privacy.
Look at the dining room table.
I know.
Look at that.
We can actually eat here and stuff and like, look at this. It's awesome.
Switching pendant fixtures for something modern is the easiest way to update a dining room.
They're very hip and it would be something I'd see in a designer store that would definitely catch my eye.
And Colin's mom gave them a beautiful dining suite.
I was able to easily recover the seat cushions in a color that ended up being my accent color for the rest of the room.
That's your mirror.
Yeah, so cool.
That's crazy.
I love how you've like
This is
sort of
insane.
incorporated some of our stuff.
This is fantastic.
Jody's done a really good job sort of incorporating a bit of each of us in the rooms. I'm really happy with
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Our landlords did an incredible job with renovations here. Our kitchen is 100 times better.
The landlord replaced the countertop and sink, upgraded the appliances, and retiled the floor. The kitchen looks brand new. Colin and Brooke weren't willing to take this place without a major overhaul in the bathroom. The landlord re-enameled the tub, tiled the shower, and repaired damage to the walls. Now it's a clean, bright space. The master bedroom is big, but it was lacking character. It only took a can of paint to give it a little personality.
It's a nice, bright Tuscan yellow, and it's gorgeous. It's awesome. We have so much space, and actually, we don't even fill it up, which is pretty great.
For less than 1 month's rent, I was able to transform this space into a warm and inviting environment for their new life together.
I've lived like a student for a lot of years, and it's nice to actually have a real space that's really comfy and really is our own home. Even if it is a rental, if we're here for 5 years, it's still our home. So
Absolutely.
I think it's definitely worth the investment. Did an amazing job.
It's been a bit of an epic adventure for us. So to see it all sort of come down to this, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your space.
Thank you.
Colin and Brooke's ultimate goal is to be able to buy a house, but in the meantime, I think they're going to be really comfortable here.
I was moving into one of my university apartments, and we actually got the bed frames, et cetera, stuck in the stairwell so that we had to take the wall, part of the wall apart. It took us about 4 hours. A crowbar, yeah. We used a crowbar. Finally got it dislodged. That was not fun. Pretty grumpy by the end of that day.